Most people think reality gives them exactly what they ask for. Set a goal, say a prayer, write an affirmation, and voila. But here's the paradox. Life doesn't hand you what you want. It hands you what you can sustain. Sounds unfair, right? Yet it explains why some folks hustle endlessly and still spin in circles, while others quietly align themselves and watch opportunities land in their lap. What if I told you that your attention is the most expensive currency you'll ever own, and you're spending it recklessly every single day? That's not motivation talk, it's economics of the mind. Your reality feed runs on the exact same logic as algorithms online. Whatever you fund with attention multiplies. And the craziest part, the mirror won't argue with you. It'll just keep reflecting back the expression you've been holding. So in this video, I'm going to show you the hidden law shaping your life right now, whether you know it or not. Once you understand it, you'll see why your biggest struggles have been on repeat, and how a few small shifts can flip the reflection in your favor faster than you imagine. Buckle up, because what comes next might just rewrite the rules you've been living by. Life works like a mirror. It doesn't argue, it just reflects. If someone keeps saying, "I don't have time," somehow their calendar magically fills up with even more noise. Funny thing is, the universe seems less interested in what you secretly hope for, and more in what you consistently sustain. Just like a mirror doesn't care about your mood, reality simply gives back the expression you've been wearing all along. Take a simple example. A person complains non-stop about their job, yet never takes a step toward change. No new skills, no networking, no experiments. What does the mirror of life do? It sends more of the same. Endless meetings, draining projects, that trapped feeling. It's not bad luck, it's coherence. Reality matches what you keep feeding it. Harsh truth? Maybe. But like gravity, it doesn't need your approval to operate. Now here's a quick test. Say out loud, "If I already were underscore underscore underscore, I would do underscore 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 today." If you see yourself as a writer, maybe you write a single page. If you see yourself as healthy, you take that 15-minute walk. If you see yourself as prosperous, you review your budget. It might feel silly at first, but it's like adjusting the mirror's angle. The reflection doesn't flip instantly, but it begins to shift. And that brings us to the next mystery. Why does it always feel like nothing's happening at first? Here's the tricky part. Reflections don't always show up instantly. Think about streaming a movie with bad Wi-Fi. You hit play, and there's that frustrating buffer. Or when you yell inside a cave, the echo takes a second before bouncing back. Life works the same way. You plant a seed of new behavior, but the delivery feels delayed, like waiting for that e-commerce order that says shipped, but hasn't hit your doorstep yet. This lag is exactly where most people give up. They look at the mirror expecting instant proof, and when it doesn't show, they bail out right before the reflection would have appeared. It's like quitting the gym on week 3, just when the body was about to start showing signs. The danger isn't in failing, the real trap is in surrendering too early, assuming nothing's happening when in reality, the echo's on its way back. So here's a pact worth making. Give yourself 30 days with no judgment, only execution. No checking the mirror every 5 minutes, no asking, "Is it working yet?" Just do the thing, daily, and trust the lag. Write the page, save the money, eat the better meal, without obsessing over results. If you hold on through the curve, the reflection always arrives. And once you see that first glimpse, the game changes. But it raises another question. How do you separate what's truly a signal from all the noise around you? Most people think progress is about cranking up the volume, working harder, doing more, hustling non-stop. But attention doesn't work like that. It's not about loudness, it's about tuning. Just like a radio, you can blast the sound but still hear static if you're off the right frequency. Or think of a camera. If the aperture's off, the picture's blurry no matter how bright the light is. Focus sharpens reality. I'll give you a personal slip-up. One day I fell into the doom scroll rabbit hole, hours of random news, reels, and just one more swipe. By the end my mind felt foggy, and I noticed my decisions that day were terrible. It wasn't lack of effort, it was misplaced attention. I was tuned to noise instead of signal. And the scary part? The world didn't stop. It just reflected back the junk I was feeding it. So how do you clean the static? Start with 3 simple trims. Turn off useless notifications, remove distracting icons from your home screen, and set lock hours where your feed is off limits. These small cuts act like fine-tuning the radio dial. You suddenly catch the clear station beneath the fuzz. And once you find that station, you'll notice something deeper. The identity driving your choices is like a thermostat, quietly setting the real limits of your life. Here's a truth most people miss. Goals don't fail because you're lazy. They fail because your inner thermostat hasn't shifted. Imagine setting the air conditioner to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. No matter how hot or cold it gets outside, the system kicks in to bring it back to that default. Identity works the same way. If deep down you still see yourself as broke or unfit, no achievement outside will stick. It'll slide right back to your set point. Think about it. Someone wins the lottery but still identifies as bad with money. Within a few years the fortune evaporates. Or someone crashes through an extreme diet, but if they still carry the identity of, I'm the kind of person who struggles with food, the weight creeps back. Real change doesn't start with doing, it starts with being. You've got to adjust the thermostat, not just open a window for temporary relief. Here's a quick script you can try today. Fill in the blanks. I'm the kind of person who underscore. That's why today I underscore. Proof indicators, underscore. If you're the kind of person who values health, you drink water instead of soda, and your proof is energy by midday. If you're the kind of person who's financially wise, you set aside $10 today, and the proof is a growing emergency fund. These little proofs keep the thermostat steady. And when that thermostat shifts, the question becomes, what are you actually watering every day, the weeds or the garden? Attention is like water. Wherever you pour it, things grow. If you keep watering the weeds, complaints, excuses, old stories, they'll flourish, choking out the good stuff. But if you intentionally water the plants that matter, planning, problem-solving, building, the garden of your life changes shape. The trick isn't about adding more water, it's about redirecting what you already have. Think of everyday language. Someone says, I'll never get this right, or I'm always late. That's fertilizer for weeds. Switch it up. Instead of I never have time, say, I need 20 minutes, when can I carve it out? Instead of I'm always broke, ask, how can I increase my income this month? That shift takes attention away from the problem and waters possibility. The words are small, but the growth is real. Here's a simple checklist. Avoid absolute words like always and never. Replace them with yet or still. I can't do this yet. I don't have the answer, still. That little seed of possibility cracks open the soil for growth. And once you start watering the right spots, something powerful happens. Your daily actions begin compiling into a loop that quietly programs the reality you'll live tomorrow. Reality isn't random, it's more like code running in the background. Every day you're writing lines of instruction. What you notice, the identity you choose, where your attention goes, the tiny actions you take. Think of it like a pipeline. Observe, choose, focus, act, review. Run that pipeline long enough and the world compiles it into visible results, just like software turning code into a program you can actually use. Here's the beauty of it. You don't need marathon hours to make the loop work. Just 7 minutes a day, repeated for 7 days, already shifts the output. Imagine a quick ritual. Breathe deeply, revisit your intention, focus for 25 minutes, celebrate one micro win, jot down 3 bits of evidence, express gratitude, and sketch tomorrow's step. That's not theory, it's a compact protocol that rewires the loop. Do it consistently, and you'll notice something strange. What you coded quietly over a week starts showing up in your external reality a month later. Just like running a software build, there's a delay, but the pattern always compiles. And when it does, you face a new challenge. How do you handle the negative pieces of life without pretending they don't exist? Life throws heavy stuff at everyone: debt, rejection, bad news, broken plans. The secret isn't to ignore it or slap on fake positivity, it's about alchemy. Turning the raw lead of emotion into the gold of clear action. Denial doesn't work. Pretending everything's fine while sinking only buries you deeper. But if you can recognize, hold, and then redirect, the weight becomes fuel instead of a cage. Here's a simple 3-step move. Wrap. Recognize, accept, and then prompt yourself with one useful question. Recognize, I'm angry, I'm scared, I'm stuck. Accept, yeah, this is real, it hurts. Then prompt, what's the next step I can actually take? That last step is the alchemy switch, shifting you from emotion to momentum. Even if tiny, it keeps the wheel moving forward. Let's make it practical. Say you're buried in debt. Instead of spiraling with I'll never get out, grab a notebook and write 3 lines. Amount owed, timeline you want, and 1 action this week. That could be calling the bank, cutting a small expense, or selling 1 unused item. Doesn't solve it overnight, but it transmutes fear into clarity. And once you start redirecting energy this way, a bigger realization dawns. Your attention isn't just shaping your world, It's shaping the collective field we all live in. Here's the kicker. Your attention isn't just personal, it's currency in a collective market. Every scroll, every click, every minute you spend fuels something. Advertisers know it, algorithms thrive on it. Trends explode because millions of people water them with attention. So the question becomes, what field are you financing? Are you feeding chaos, or are you funding creation, learning and growth? Think of it like a budget. If 80% of your attention goes to building, studying and creating, and only 20% to passive consumption, your inner economy flourishes. But flip the numbers, 80% doom scrolling, 20% producing, and you're broke in energy, focus, and results. The math doesn't lie. You can literally chart your life's trajectory by tracking where your attention dollars are being spent. So here's a challenge. Try a feed reset for 30 days. Follow 10 sources that lift your identity set point, mentors, creators, thinkers who spark your best self. Mute or unfollow everything else. At first it feels weirdly empty, like cutting sugar. But then clarity hits and suddenly the noise fades, the signal strengthens, and the mirror reflects back a whole new world. Now it's on you. You've seen how the mirror never lies, how your attention acts like currency, and how your identity sets the thermostat for your entire life. But knowing isn't enough. What matters is what you'll actually sustain starting today. Will you keep watering the weeds, or finally invest in the garden you've been dreaming of? So let me ask you straight, what reflection do you want staring back at you 30 days from now? And are you willing to hold the line long enough for the echo to return? Don't just nod along, grab a notebook, set your first 7-minute loop, and prove to yourself that reality bends when you sustain it. If this sparked something in you, don't just close the tab and move on. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and keep walking with me through these hidden laws of reality. Because the truth is, the reflection's already forming. You just need to decide if it's one you'll be proud to face.